Okay, I make to understand Raphael is trying to connect with us. Okay, Raphael, good to have you again. Talk
Hello,
to us.
Mike.
Yes, Raphael, what's going on? What's the latest?
Hello, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. So, what's the latest from your end?
Okay, yeah. There's a report of a falling mini truck at Lance Moboladi Johnson Avenue, Alausa. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, so the falling mini truck, with a fully loaded falling mini truck at the junction connecting Secretariat to Link Express by that traffic light. That is where the incident occurred. That is Mobolaji inward Secretariat. That junction, that traffic light junction to connect back to Express is where we have the falling mini truck fully loaded. So as I'm talking to you now, the transloading of the falling mini truck is ongoing. The transloading is ongoing. And besides that, the traffic managers are right here on ground to make sure that the situation is under control. But the traffic is quite busy. You know, that is a traffic junction, traffic light, and also different junction connecting the road together. So it's quite busy. But apart from that, the traffic managers are doing greatly to make sure that the traffic is under control, Mike.
Okay. All right, and that'll be all. What about
once we have a report? I will still call back to give you the update.
Definitely, Jeremy. But do you have the latest regarding the Maryland incident? Okay, he's gone anyway. So let's talk about this one. A fallen mini truck at Lands Junction by Moboladi Johnson Avenue, just where we have the traffic light there. For those trying to connect Secretariat or link back the express. Transloading is ongoing. It's a busy one from all adjoining corridors, but no cause for alarm. We'll be bringing you more news from that end. And of course, we get to talk about the Maryland incident as well during the course of the show. Welcome, Lagos. LASTMA connectors the show. Traffic discipline is not just about roads. It's about respect, safety, and shared responsibility. And it is on that note that I, welcome you officially to the show this great Tuesday morning. All right, so like I said, we'll be dissecting the meat and facts surrounding LASTMA as an agency of government, all in a bid to foster better understanding about LASTMA's operational modalities. And joining me on the conversation today, as usual, is the man at the helms of affairs when it has to do with, public enlightenment. Yes, bringing you the latest information and all you need to know about LASTMA. Yes, he's the Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment for LASTMA. The person, Mr. Adebayo Taufik, is no stranger to the microphone. Good to have you once more on the program.
Thank you very much, Mike. I say good morning to you and good morning to the entire listener to Traffic Radio.
Traffic Radio, yes. Okay, so before we begin the conversation, I would like us to talk about the latest from LASTMA. What has gone on so far and what should we be expecting?
Well, let me first of all put it across to motoring public out there. Along this corridor road that the mark, the trailer mark that fell down between Maryland to Anthony has been evacuated by LASTMA personnel now.
Very good.
So the road has been fully opened for vehicular movement. It was an accident that happened early in the morning between this mark trailer and a Toyota Camry, where a woman sustained a serious injury. She was immediately rescued down to emergency center toll gate for medical attention. But after that, the Camry car was quickly evacuated and the road was totally closed down, where vehicular movements were diverted to BRT corridor, and that was the service lane. But as I'm talking to you now, everything has been things of the past.
Normalcy has been restored.
Normalcy has been restored at that passes. And there was another one at by Secretariat traffic light. You have a mini trailer there that has fully loaded, that fell down. As I was coming down to the studio now, I met LASTMA officers trying to do the needful at that area. And as I'm talking to you now, transloading has commenced. It was a very mini truck.
A loaded one?
A loaded one. So in the moment, things will go, normalcy will return at that very axis as well.
Okay, so we're still in the 25 mood. So for the sake of my listeners who are not fully aware what's happening now or what's coming up regarding LASTMA 25, I'd like you to just, briefly just shed some light on it.
It's no longer news. Everybody must have heard that LASTMA will be 25 come July 15th this year. and to bring down the memory lane. LASTMA was established specifically July 15 by year 2000 by the then governor of Lagos State, who is now the President Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So LASTMA will be 25, and we have a traffic conference, to be held at Eco Hotel by 15th to 17th, where you have Arida scholars both within and outside the country coming to, enlighten us more on traffic management and control. Equally, what the very beauty aspect of this very conference is, LASTMA will use the opportunity to establish the 20 years traffic management plan for the state. This will be a very great thing, and it will be something that would close the entire door of issues where people will be having issues on the road here and there. So there will be a traffic management plan for the next 20 years for the state. Okay. And this will be a kind of a book, a point book, where if you have any issues as regard traffic management, you lay your hand on it and you got a very good solution to that. And before the date, there will be a lot of activities as well. At that there will be a section, academic sections, and the third day you have a gala night where the agency is trying to, present a kind of recognize some of our collaborators in respect of the local government, relevant private stakeholders, even emergency responders who have been collaborating with the agency. And also, so we recognize top LASTMA officers who has worked assiduously to ensure that, because as I talk to you now, we have a lot of pioneer officers of LASTMA who has gone through, one way or the other before.
So that reminds me, what about those who have retired? Would they be regarded, who have performed exceptionally?
Yes, we are doing that. Even the past general managers, including past, permanent secretaries, specifically the permanent secretary, on board as of the time the agency was established. Equally, commissioners, SAs, past general manager of the agencies, a lot of people like that, local government, fire service, all these stakeholders will be highly recognized, and they will be presented a kind of an award at that very particular. Equally, there is ongoing competition between the school advocacy program now around the 5 division of the state. The 6th educational district. You have ongoing quiz competition by pupil of secondary school there now. So automatically at that very particular day, we are going to showcase the final, the semi-final, and that of the final. And best school will be given a kind of an award that very particular day as well.
Oh, perfect then, perfect. All right, Lagos. So we look forward to such a great event in the works.
It's going to be a memorable
one. All right, Lagos. LASTMA Connects is the show. This is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We'll go on a break. We'll take shipping position. When we return, we shall begin the conversation. Stay here with us.
This is Shipping Position, brought to you by Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
12 ships laden with petroleum products, container and others are expected at the Lagos Ports Complex today. The Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA) made this known in its publication Shipping Position. The publication says the ships contain container, jet A1, PMS and crude oil. One motor vessel is waiting to berth with bulk urea, while one motor tanker is waiting to berth with AGO. And that's Shipping Position for you. Thank you for listening. LASTMA Connects continues after now.
You've just listened to Shipping Position, brought to you by Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
My name is Bakari Oki Olalekon, the General Manager LASTMA. Please, at all time, adhere strictly and obey all traffic rules and regulations. LASTMA, we are on the road to make sure that you have a seamless journey at all time. And also, safety should be of utmost priority to everybody using the road in Lagos. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe ni o.
My country people, now your girl Salmos, they carry this one come give you. No, they follow them carry buckets. Go they scoop fuel anytime where you see tanker fall. Because waiting they follow am no be better story. We don't see and we don't hear the bege where they follow am. Na beg I they beg you, Biko. Make una safety be your number one priority. No go they play kite with your life. Na Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. They bring una this message. Life no get duplicates.
Welcome to Lagos Traffic Radio. I am Mr. Safety. Call me Mr.
Safety.
Good. Today we'll be talking about road markings. How many of us have seen a road marking before? Shade?
Yes.
How does it look like?
It is those paints that used to be on the road.
Let's applaud Shade. Road markings are those paintings or lines made with paints to warn, inform, and direct us for our safety. Do we understand?
Yes.
Example of road markings. Number 1, zebra crossing. What did I say?
Zebra crossing.
Good. Zebra crossing is a portion of the road painted with white and black stripes like that of the zebra skin. It indicates that drivers are to stop for people to cross the road safely. What are you to do when you're driving and you see the zebra crossing?
We should stop so that people can cross the road safely.
Good. Number 2, broken white lines. What did I say?
Broken white lines.
The broken white lines indicate that you can change lane and overtake the vehicle in front of you, but with caution. Is that okay?
Yes.
Number 3, straight white lines. This is seen on a two-way road and it indicates you can't overtake the vehicle in front of you. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Safety.
Good. What are the examples of the road markings? Number 1,
Zebra crossing.
Number 2,
Broken white lines.
Number 3,
Straight white lines.
great and brilliant students. Always watch out for these road markings when driving. See you again in our next class.
Bye, Mr. Safety.
This message is from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
All right, Lagos, welcome back to the show. LASTMA Connect here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. If you're just connecting with us, my name is Mike James. Don't forget, you can reach out to LASTMA via the following platforms. We have X at Follow LASTMA, and on Facebook and Instagram at Echo LASTMA, YouTube LASTMA TV, and the toll-free lines, that's 08000 052 7862, 08000 052 7862, or 08000 LASTMA. All right, so you can, it's toll free. Yes, so you can connect with LASTMA toll free. And we also have the walk-in complaint center at the headquarters there. We'll get to talk more about this towards the end of the show. All right, so demystifying the myth and facts surrounding LASTMA as an agency of government. Mr. Adebayo Taufik, Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment for LASTMA, right here in the studio. All right, then, so let's begin with our first myth. But don't forget, you too can join the conversation.
Yes.
The phone line is open, 0915 387 71271. Add your voice to our conversation on the show this morning, or you can send your messages in via WhatsApp on 0809 912 0777. So we've got our eyes on the fallen mini truck at Secretariat Junction by the traffic light there. Transloading is ongoing, but then it's busy from all directions, but no cause for alarm. Traffic managers very much on the ground, making sure things are done appropriately there. All right, then, so let's jump right in with the first myth here. And this one, came in from one of our listeners, and it says, why is it that LASTMA officials only respond to high-profile roads and ignore traffic chaos on inner streets and residential routes? Is this a myth or a fact?
Inner streets.
Yeah, they ignore, they don't perform or carry out traffic management on inner roads. It's majorly on the highways. Is that a myth or a fact?
Well, I don't know, but the person has to be specific. about the particular inner road.
No, professionally.
Because ordinarily, LASTMA covers the entire roads across the state, both the highway, both the inner street, both the inner roads. We covered everywhere. In as much as if you have a traffic issue at any inner street, you have LASTMA officer being deployed to this area. So automatically you have LASTMA covers every roads across the state. Nothing like neglecting
trunk B,
every
trunk
road. You have LASTMA. We have, as I'm talking to you now, we have 49 zonal offices across the state. So there is no any nook and cranny of LASTMA areas in Lagos that you won't find in LASTMA officers, and that is what made us to be a first responder to any incidents on the road.
Okay, so it shouldn't be a thing of surprise to find LASTMA officers on my street.
It shouldn't be. If you have LASTMA officers on your road, on your street,
if there's a party going on,
it's still part of the law. If you have any difficulty, probably some people are having a kind of a funfair or a party blocking the road, you still have to call the LASTMA, toll-free hotlines and let us have the information so that we quickly, respond to that, because it is illegal for you to say probably maybe you are having a celebration and you decide just to block the road without giving consideration to other road users. It is very bad. You might have people who might be on an emergency, so automatically we quickly respond to that and we get you a relief in respect of that. And don't forget that at this very toll-free hotline, you could communicate with us in both English and Pidgin and Yoruba. And we are in operation within 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on daily basis.
Right. Okay then. All right. So moving over to the next myth here, and it says, is it true that LASTMA officials do not patrol or carry out surveillance during the night, at night?
Well,
at night, I'm just trying to, construct that.
People I don't know these speculations because we've said this time with that number that we had 3 shifts in LASTMA.
Okay.
You have the 4th shift within 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. You have another one 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
You have the rescue team that goes out every night around 10 p.m. and come back early as 6 a.m.
Okay.
Let me quickly chip in this. Most of the roads that you found very smooth and very free in the morning, it's not as if you don't have an incident, a kind of an incident on them during the midnight, but this has been seriously taken care of by this rescue team that goes out at every night in order to make sure that people that will be going for their businesses, going to offices in the morning, will have a very, very smooth, seamless ride down to wherever they are going in the morning. So automatically we operate within 24 hours of the day. We don't have any hours left not working out of those 24 hours.
So sequel to what you have just said now, someone is asking the question, how come most of the time we usually have overnight impediments? We come across overnight impediments when going to work in the morning.
You see, it depends. You cannot say probably this happened at midnight. It might be just as of the time it happened, it might be very close to early in the morning. Like the one we had at Maryland in Ward Anthony this morning, it happens around 5:30 a.m. this morning. So automatically people moving around, going out for their own various businesses and going to offices would have to face this issue on the road. If not for the timely intervention of LASTMA officials who quickly, removed the Camry vehicle and just within a space of time evacuated the other, Mark trailer truck, and that very assist. If not for that, automatically you have something that happens at midnight, around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It cut across the entire of the state.
Okay.
There was no any night that is free for LASTMA not to have something to be done on the road.
Demystifying the myth and facts surrounding LASTMA as an agency of government. That's what we're all about this morning on the show. Okay, this one just popped in. Talks about a broken down 40-feet low bed with a gas issue at Mile 2, precisely car wash underneath the bridge in Wat Signal Barracks. Not affecting the flow of traffic, no backlog being felt, but officers on ground monitoring the situation. 0915-387-7127, 0809-9120-777. We've got questions to ask. We have the Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment here is well geared, well poised to enlighten you with all the information you need to know regarding LASTMA operations, and including the myth and facts. All right, and so a lot of people are of the opinion that, you know, traffic managers are not trained to respond to emergency issues, such as accidents on the roads. Is that a myth or a fact? Is that true?
As of LASTMA, the Lagos State government had expended a huge resources in training and retraining of our officers. I mean, for January to December 2024, you have a lot of LASTMA officers underwent a series of training in terms of emotional intelligence, emergency response, and a host of others. Equally, we even partnered with the Nigerian Police School Training School at Ikeja to train senior officers and that of the junior officers. So this training was the one that brought about the new face of LASTMA that we are all experiencing on the road for now.
Right.
Because LASTMA of today is quite, has been seriously improved upon by the crops of management that we have now, led by Olale Kombaka Aruki, and that of the special advisor to the governor of transportation. There have been series of training, both local and international, given to these LASTMA officers. And the beauty aspect of it, the tremendous achievement and tremendous achievement of the agency was what led to another state of a state in in Nigeria. That means the Delta State Transport Management Authority that came down for a 2 days learning visits to LASTMA office last week, Thursday and Friday. They came to understudy the operational tendency of LASTMA, how it works, to have our enabling laws, that is the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform, and some other, the hierarchy of LASTMA, how we carry out our operations and what have you. Their own visit makes, number of 26 states that has undergone a training under LASTMA. Right. And I must tell you, out of these 26, we have nothing less than 9. Yes. That the general manager heading this individual state traffic management are from LASTMA crew.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I have a message here from Bumi Dairu on the 3rd Milan Bridge. Bumi, I hope you're not driving and texting. But anyways, it reads, nice show, guys. Please help me ask the PRO if it's bad to appreciate LASTMA officials. I noticed doing well by, giving them a handshake, like says in quote, dashing them some, wads of cash, and without people thinking it's a bribe. And will I be penalized for doing same?
Well, there's nothing bad in that, but we don't encourage it. The reason being that we don't want, the public to misconstrue that genius, voluntary generous whatsoever to mean something else. What we are after is we want a decent and a well-to-do LASTMA officers working, to the satisfaction of motoring public.
So if I must appreciate,
well, there's nothing bad.
How else can I go about it?
There's nothing bad in appreciating LASTMA, but you must do that in such a way that it will not distract the attention. His or her official engagement at that very particular sport. We look at it as something. We don't have any issues about that, but it is not something that we too much encourage, because as in the past we have a situation whereby you have LASTMA officers that can be penalized for extortion and for even collecting money from motorists for one various traffic offenses or the other. So that is why we don't give much encouragement to that. We believe in, if you have anything to do, you must either direct it to the entire management of LASTMA, so that at the end of the day we know how to appropriately do this.
Okay, so we can direct it to the LASTMA.
You are free, like the man I told you.
So we can go to the walk-in complaint center.
You can move into LASTMA officers' headquarters at Oshodo, or go to the LASTMA complaint center.
Okay.
And even the aspect of having some of our officers trying to be greeting motoring public, good evening, happy weekend. The general manager frowned at this, and he issued a kind of riot act in respect of this to all the officers. There's nothing like good evening, have a nice weekend, what have you. No, what you are expected to do at wherever you are posted to is for you to ensure that there is seamless movement of traffic at that axis.
Okay, so there's going to be a way of channeling it to the right office.
Yes, the man that saw 3 of our officers, under heavy downpour, dislodging a kind of a water on the Ojota Bridge the other time. Instead of him approaching them on the road, what he did was he came down to the headquarters and he offered the video of this LASTMA officer 100,000 naira each. It was a ceremonious thing, and because he got one of their names and he came to the headquarters, then we pointed 3 of them out, and he came with his own people, and they gave them 100,000 naira each at the level of the management. So these are the standard things that is being done all over the world.
Absolutely. All right, so Oluwaluko is connecting with us, and it says, it reads, good morning, Alhaji Taufik Adebayo. Good morning to Mike James. Personal research reveals that transport management has improved tremendously in Lagos State, and it says kudos to the team of dedicated workers. I, however, notice also that core challenges in the operations of LASTMA are from untrained or half-baked staffs who daily flood Lagos roads because of economic opportunities therein. Of major concern is the ex-servicemen that are now commercial bus and cycle operators. 2, it is some people from a section of the country that brought up the nasty idea of fighting task force meant to curtail activities of Okada operations. Keep up the good work, sir. So that's from Oluwaluko.
Thank you very much. He has only, out of all what he said, he has only commended the activities of LASTMA. So I would say thank you for that commendation.
0915-387-7127, 0809-9120777. Okay, so David Kings from Lekki is connecting with us, and he sent in a message that reads, the viral video of a former LASTMA officer who claimed to be making 30,000 naira daily speaks to LASTMA being well paid or bribe taken in action for their daily adjure in quotes payment, or what really led to his termination.
Yeah, it was as a result of his, unshady activities.
Okay.
From what he said was what, was expelled from, because we found him very, very gross misconduct. Extorting motoring public, not once, twice, thrice.
So
he's about 4 or 5 times.
He's had some bad records.
I'm telling you. And if you listen to that video very well, at the tail end of his statement, he himself, declared that it was as a result of this gross misconduct activities that led to his appointment being terminated by the Lagos State government. So that's to tell you that, the agency doesn't fold its arms when it comes to discipline. And we know we release it here that, from January to December last year, close to about, 15 to 17 officers of LASTMA were expelled as a result of unethical and gross misconduct behavior on the road. And we have nothing less than about 13 that had their, rank demotion, and we have a lot of them on suspension now. Even we have a unit, Jerusalem unit at LASTMA, where officers that had a query, officers that had questionable character, have been, withdraw from the road and let them serve at that Jerusalem for a while, and where you have people that will be going there giving them a lecture in order for them.
When you say Jerusalem, what are you referring to?
It's just a dictionary measure at LASTMA. You see, this is what you have within every uniform, unit.
Okay. So what goes on there?
Look, if you have any officers that is culpable, that are found culpable of 1 or 2, misbehave on the road, you will draw them from the road and bring them to. We just target to be in Jerusalem. You'll be there, and intermittently you have officers that will be coming and be, giving lectures, trying to reorientate them. Let them know that what they had done wasn't too good to the image of the agency and that of the Lagos State government.
So does that serve as
we've seen many of them that have turned to a very new leaf, and they've comported themselves on the road. So it's just a kind of a measure at, trying to reorientate some of these few of these officers.
Okay, let's jump on further myth. And this one here reads, some road users have the opinion that during heavy downpour, LASTMA officers do not, carry out their responsibility. We find them hiding or, taking shelter somewhere rather than, controlling traffic, even in the rain. Is it owing to the fact that they are not properly catered? Or?
You see, I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate the Lagos State government, for the backing given to LASTMA. I must let you understand that, the provision, His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Baba, Sonwolu has given to LASTMA. I don't think we've ever had it so good like this, because I must say every LASTMA officer has all well-to-do tools, things to work with. We have them abundantly. For example, the issue of the raincoat, we have them, and they have been distributed to among our LASTMA officers. You have the rain boots, you have cap, you have everything that is given to them. And let me quickly say this, that whenever any members of the public want to ask questions about activity of LASTMA, they should not generalize it. Rather, they should be specific. Like the issue of the rain, the last edition of this traffic radio, you have about 3 or 4 callers that commended LASTMA that they saw them walking on the road, having their raincoat and their rain boot on at Obodi Onere, that of my 2 and K2. So I was surprised hearing this from this very gentleman. But if he has a specific area that I believe that maybe he saw LASTMA officers not working on that, he should let us know. But I don't believe that will be a thing of the truth, because they are fully kitted and they are fully provided with all necessary working tools, working materials.
Come rain, come shine.
Come rain, come sunshine, yes.
Okay, so is it true, or would you consider this a fact or a myth, that fines are unstructured and can be negotiated depending on one's bargaining power with LASTMA officials?
Well, I'm not privy to that, because the only thing I will tell you is once we operate and we are being our activities conduct is being guided by the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform Law, and you have all the fines, all the penalties to be paid inside this law. So I'm not privy to issue of bargaining and what have you, because once we get any traffic, we arrest or impound any traffic offenders on the road, we don't collect money from them. What we do is to issue them a referral and send them to Lagos State Mobile.
So if a LASTMA officer says, okay, I think what do I do in that case?
Well, both the giver and the taker are liable, because we had giving a kind of
and if I insist that I'm not going to give them
public
any money, what do I do? How do I go about it then?
Yeah, you must insist that you are not going to give them any money.
So what happens next?
They will take you down to the office.
What if they don't?
Request, they will take you down. They will take you down. I know what I'm talking about. They will take you down.
We've had cases of motorists calling in to
they will take you down, and
that
I'm coming.
They weren't taken to me in most cases. If you don't take them to the office.
If you believe that you've committed the traffic infractions, and you have LASTMA officer that apprehended you and refuse to take you to the office, you are free to make use of our toll-free hotlines and get across to us.
Okay.
So from there we will intervene and see the reason why he or she decides not to take you down to the office. But of course, for most ones that we have been, have their vehicle impounded, we take them to our various zonal offices and issue them a referral notice that enable them to appear at the Lagos State Mobile Court before a magistrate. It is at this mobile court that issue of fine, issue of penalty is being pronounced, and once they effect their payment to the purse of the Lagos State government, they only come up with the receipt to the LASTMA. We release their vehicle to them once they have perfected the payment. Okay,
I wish I could take this one from the motorist out there, because it's very important. But our time is fast spent. We must go now, Mr. Adebayo Taufik. Thank you so much for coming. But let me see. Someone's asking the question: what's the solution to the yellow buses, danfos, causing traffic at K2 inward Ikorodu, loading passengers on the main carriageway? Isn't there a solution? That was coming from
there was an holistic plan on board. From my 12 Ilele school. K2 down to Tipa Garage. It is going to be an holistic thing. The government is really working seriously on that.
So plans are
by the time they unfold that plan, everybody would look at we have a lot of complaint at Yanoro about 5 or 6 years ago. Look at what is happening at that axis now.
Okay.
But I must say people should just fold their hands and be expecting good things from the government around this very K2 and whatever axis. Okay. By the time the plan is complete.
All right, with Adebayo Taufik, thank you so much for coming on board the program, and it's been nice having you enlighten my listeners regarding the operations of LASTMA. All right, so let's have the feedback, lines once more, toll-free lines.
The line is 080 000 527862. 08 00 in 4 places, then 527862. Once you call this, the LASTMA officers will respond to you, and you'll be given a due attention.
And it's toll free.
It's toll free.
All right.
And you can reach us through via English, Yoruba or Pidgin.
Pidgin. Okay.
Any of the three.
All right, so we're also extending our appreciation to the General Manager of LASTMA, Mr. Olalekun Okibakari. Yes, the brain box. From the Ministry of Transportation.
Commissioner and the Permanent Secretary.
All right, this show is produced by Micah Arocha with assistance from Wurola Olagoke and Bakari Kausara and okay, Omolola also here in the studio. Thank you so much for assisting with production. On behalf of my executive producer, Taya Conley, this program will come your way again next week, Tuesday, at exactly 10:15. My name is Mike James. To have yourself a wonderful Tuesday.
Toby Gray.